Well, hey, it is Keith. It's Wednesday, March 22nd. We're on day 15 of our 40 days of prayer, and we're on page 25 in the book today. Our topic summary today is Teach Me to Love. The focus verse is 1 Thessalonians 4, 9 through 12, and then we'll take a look over at Romans chapter 13. Paul says this in Romans 9. 1 Thessalonians 4, verse 9. Now concerning brotherly love, you have no need for anyone to write to you, for you yourselves have been taught by God to love one another, for that indeed is what you are doing to all the brothers throughout Macedonia. But we urge you, brothers, to do this more and more, and to aspire to live quietly, and to mind your own affairs, and to work with your hands as we instructed you, so that you may walk properly before outsiders and be dependent on no one. Paul's urging the church here to live a quiet life, not one that is seeking attention, to not be busybodies, to mind our own business, to be active and engaged in working with our hands, so that when the surrounding world looks at the church, what they see are hardworking people who aren't troublemakers, except when their belief clashes with what the world believes. Our lives ought to be characterized by brotherly love, by care towards one another. Paul says that concerning brotherly love, they have no one to teach them or to write to them and to encourage them to do it, because they've been taught by God to love one another. And I think that applies to all kinds of people. It applies to difficult people and to lovable people. It applies to people that we get along with easily and people that we're angry with. People that we need to forgive, and people who need to forgive us. Our obligation to love applies to all people, and God can teach us to grow in that love. Paul says this in Romans 13:8, owe nothing to anyone except to love each other, for the one who loves another has fulfilled the law. For the commandments, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not murder, you shall not steal, you shall not covet, and any other commandment are summed up in this word: you shall love your neighbor as yourself. Love does no wrong to a neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law. What Paul is saying here is that all of the commandments on what we would call theologically the second table of the law, the first set of commandments has to do with our relationship with God. And then the next tablet has to do with our relationship with our fellow human beings, with one another. All of those commandments, don't commit adultery, don't murder, don't steal, don't covet. And if there's any other commandments or any other commands in the Old Testament, they're summed up in this principle: love your neighbor as yourself. When we do that, we fulfill God's intent for us. How important is this? How critical is it that we get love right? Is love like a bonus after we defend the truth? Or is love an extra thing to be done after evangelism? No, we're to wake up from our sleep, he says here in Romans 13. Salvation is nearer to us now than when we first believed. The night is far gone, the day is at hand. Let's cast off the works of darkness and put on the armor of light. Skipping to verse 14, let's put on the Lord Jesus Christ and make no provision for the flesh to gratify its desires. The flesh naturally desires that which is easy, and love can be difficult. Loving people that are disagreeable, or having to love past a boundary like tiredness or hunger, and still behaving in a godly way, those things can be difficult. So we're to apply ourselves to this and to dedicate ourselves to it, because it's God's purpose and his plan for us as his children, that we love one another. Well, I wish you the best in your prayers today. It's been a joy to share these videos with you. If you have any feedback to share or insights or prayer requests, please leave a comment on the video post or contact me directly. If you've just run across this video randomly somehow, we worship together at Harvest on Sundays at 10:30 a.m. You can learn more about us at harvestbc.com. Hope you have a great day. God bless you.